Aries, the card that steps forward to guide you today is Strength, and its message resonates with the very core of your being, though perhaps not in the way you might expect. This isn't the brute force of a battering ram, an energy you know well. Instead, it's the quiet, profound power depicted by a serene figure gently closing the mouth of a lion. This is your untamed spirit, your magnificent, raw, and impulsive nature, not being conquered, but being understood, befriended, and guided with compassionate intelligence. The infinity symbol above the figure's head speaks of an eternal, sustainable source of power that comes not from domination, but from integration. Today is about discovering the immense strength found in softness, the courage found in patience, and the victory found in self-mastery. You are both the lion and the gentle guide, and your task is to harmonize these two essential parts of yourself into a formidable, graceful whole. This potent theme of internalized power is amplified and nuanced by the day's celestial dance. The Sun, Mercury, and Venus are all gathered in the expansive, truth-seeking sign of Sagittarius, fanning the flames of your own fiery nature. This alignment fills you with a desire for adventure, higher knowledge, and unfiltered honesty. Yet this boundless energy requires a container, a purpose. The challenge of the Strength card is to channel this Sagittarian fire with wisdom, not just wild abandon. Adding a crucial layer of balance, the moon drifts through diplomatic Libra, placing a profound emphasis on partnership, harmony, and seeing the other side of the story. This creates a dynamic tension. Your inner world craves bold, independent action, while the emotional tide pulls you toward connection and compromise. This is the very essence of your card today, learning to assert your truth without silencing the truths of others, finding the middle ground where your power and another's can coexist peacefully. The most significant cosmic instruction, however, comes from your ruling planet, Mars, which is currently retrograde in the proud, creative sign of Leo. This is a cosmic call to turn inward. Instead of projecting your drive and ambition outward, you are being asked to review and refine your ego, your passions, and how you express your creative life force. A retrograde Mars in Leo challenges the need for external validation and applause, urging you to find your confidence from a deep internal source. It's the difference between a performer who needs an audience and an artist who creates for the sake of the art itself. This is strength in its purest form, the courage to work on yourself, to tame the inner lion of ego, not by starving it, but by understanding its needs and integrating it into a more mature, wholehearted expression of self. Meanwhile, Jupiter's journey through nurturing Cancer softens your warrior-like edges, asking you to consider what true emotional security feels like, while Saturn in Pisces encourages you to bring discipline and structure to your most elusive dreams and intuitions. These energies converge to teach you that your greatest power lies not in the force of your initial impulse, but in the focused, compassionate, and sustained application of your will. In your professional and financial life, this is a day for playing the long game. The Sagittarian impulse may tempt you to make a bold, risky move, to launch the project, send the confrontational email, or make an impulsive investment. The Strength card and Mars retrograde, however, advise a different strategy. Your power today is in your quiet confidence and your ability to lead with grace. Use the Libra moon's diplomatic energy to build alliances and listen more than you speak. Instead of forcing a project forward, spend time refining your strategy and strengthening your foundation. Your colleagues will respond more to calm conviction than to aggressive force. Financially, this is a time for review, not risky ventures. Look at your budget with the compassionate eyes of the figure on the card. Where is your financial lion roaring for attention? Is it a desire for luxury or a fear of scarcity? Gently guide your resources with a steady hand, focusing on long-term security over short-term gratification. True wealth is built with patience and wisdom. When it comes to love and relationships, the day's energies invite a profound deepening of connection through vulnerability. For those in a partnership, the Libra moon highlights the dance of give and take. The Strength card asks you both, where in your dynamic has force replaced compassion? This is a day to tame the lions of pride, defensiveness, and the need to be right. Practice active listening and have the courage to express your own needs softly and clearly. True intimacy is forged when two people have the strength to be gentle with one another's hearts. If you are single, this is a powerful time for magnetic attraction. Your task is not to hunt, but to become the serene, self-possessed figure who naturally draws others in. Your strength is your authenticity and your inner peace. Focus on taming your own insecurities and healing your own heart. When you radiate this quiet, unshakable self-love, you become an irresistible force, attracting not a power struggle, but a true and equal partnership. Your health and well-being are a direct reflection of this theme of inner balance. The usual Aries approach might be to push your body to its limit, to conquer a workout. With Mars retrograde, this could lead to burnout or injury. The Strength card invites you to explore practices that integrate mind and body. Think of yoga, where physical postures are held with mindful breath, or Tai Chi, which cultivates a powerful flow of gentle energy. Your well-being today comes from nurturing your vitality, not expending it. On a mental and emotional level, identify the lion of your inner critic or the roar of anxiety. Don't fight it. Instead, sit with it, breathe, and ask what it truly needs. This compassionate self-regulation is the key to building resilient and sustainable health from the inside out. Ultimately, the universe is reminding you that your fire is a sacred gift. It can be a wildfire that consumes, or it can be the focused flame of a candle that illuminates the darkness, providing warmth and guidance. The choice lies in your willingness to cultivate inner strength over outer force. The most courageous thing you can do today is not to win an external battle, but to befriend the wild, beautiful, and powerful forces within yourself. This is where your true, inexhaustible power lies, not in a single burst of glory, but in the steady, radiant glow of a soul that has mastered itself with love. So, the invitation for you today is not to seek a mountain to conquer, but to sit with the lion in your own heart. What is one untamed part of your spirit, be it a fierce ambition, a raw insecurity, or a restless passion, that you can approach with gentle curiosity instead of forceful control today? What wisdom does it have to share when you simply listen? Share your reflections with us in the comments below. As you move through the currents of your day, let this quiet confidence be your anchor. Feel it harmonize with the subtle energies of the universe, aligning with fortunate frequencies such as 8, 15, 22, 31, 44, and 56. Let your aura be colored by the shade of marigold. This vibrant golden-orange hue symbolizes the perfect blend of the lion's solar power and the guide's gentle spiritual wisdom, reminding you that your courage and your compassion are two sides of the same brilliant coin. Taurus, the universe presents you with a powerful symbol of its cyclical nature today, the Wheel of Fortune. This card is a potent mirror for the part of you that craves stability and predictability, as it represents the very opposite, the undeniable truth that everything changes, evolves, and turns. The wheel is a cosmic reminder that life is a dynamic process of ups and downs, of seasons turning, and of fate taking the reins. For you, a sign rooted in the tangible and the steady, this can feel unsettling. Yet, this card isn't a harbinger of chaos, but an invitation to find your unshakable center amidst the motion. It speaks of destiny, karmic cycles, and major turning points. Today is not about forcing your will upon the world, but about gracefully adapting to its flow, understanding that every spin of the wheel, whether it brings you to a peak or a valley, is part of a much larger divine plan. Your strength lies not in resisting the turn, but in holding on to your values and inner peace as you ride it. The celestial energies are weaving a complex and supportive narrative around this central theme. With the sun journeying through optimistic and philosophical Sagittarius, you are encouraged to zoom out and see the bigger picture of your life's journey. This expansive energy helps you release your grip on the small details and trust that the current shifts are leading you toward greater wisdom and freedom. This is amplified by Uranus, the Great Awakener, still transiting your very own sign. This long-term transit has been about revolutionizing your identity and your relationship with security. The Wheel of Fortune today is a focused expression of this Uranian energy, a sudden gust of wind that proves the old structures are meant to be transformed. Meanwhile, your ruling planet, the graceful Venus, is grounded in pragmatic Capricorn, offering a much-needed anchor. This suggests that while external circumstances may be in flux, your relationships and core values can be a source of profound stability. It reminds you to invest in what is truly lasting. The moon in expressive Leo adds a touch of creative flair, urging you to find joy and playfulness in the face of uncertainty, to perform your role in this grand cosmic play with heart and courage. Mercury in Sagittarius further supports the sun's message, pushing your thoughts toward future possibilities rather than past comforts. This is a day to philosophize, to ask big questions about your direction. A challenging yet productive square from Mars in Gemini pushes you to be more mentally agile and to diversify your efforts, while Jupiter, the planet of luck in nurturing Cancer, promises that emotional security and growth are the ultimate rewards for embracing this period of change. Saturn's presence in ethereal Pisces gently dissolves old fears and limitations, asking you to have faith in the unseen forces guiding the wheel. Finally, Pluto in Aquarius continues its deep, slow work of transforming your public life and career, ensuring that the changes you navigate today are part of a larger evolution of your soul's purpose. In your professional life, the Wheel of Fortune signals a potential turning point. This is not the day to stubbornly cling to outdated methods or a job description that no longer serves you. A sudden opportunity, a project pivot, or unexpected news from management could shift the landscape entirely. Your Taurian instinct might be to resist, but your greatest power lies in your adaptability. Venus in Capricorn encourages a strategic response. Instead of panicking, assess the long-term value of the new direction. Is there a skill you can learn that will make you indispensable in this new paradigm? Can you leverage this change to negotiate a better position? Financially, this energy can manifest as a windfall or an unexpected expense, a reminder of the ebb and flow of resources. The key is not to get too attached to either outcome. Build your financial security on solid habits and wise investments, creating a foundation so strong that it can withstand any spin of the wheel. When it comes to love and relationships, the wheel's energy is about breaking cycles. If you are in a partnership, this may be a day where a recurring issue comes to a head, not for a fight, but for a resolution. You have the chance to consciously choose a different response, to spin the wheel of your dynamic in a new, healthier direction. It's a call for evolution, perhaps moving to a new level of commitment, or finally letting go of a pattern that has held you both back. Your Venus in Capricorn placement supports building something real and lasting, so use this turning point to fortify your bond with honesty and shared goals. For the single Taurus, this is a powerful day to break free from dating patterns. You may find yourself suddenly attracting someone completely different from your usual type, or realizing that what you thought you wanted in a partner is no longer true. Be open. The universe is trying to deliver a karmic connection, but you must be willing to step outside the comfortable confines of your romantic expectations. The person who can help you grow might not fit your preconceived checklist. For your health and well-being, the message is to introduce change before the universe forces it upon you. If your physical routines have become stale, your body may be sending signals of boredom or imbalance. The wheel encourages you to try a new form of movement, to vary your diet, or to simply take a different route on your daily walk. It's about shaking up the energetic stagnation. Mars in Gemini supports activities that engage both body and mind, like a dance class or a challenging yoga flow. Mentally, Saturn in Pisces invites you to explore mindfulness or meditation as a way to find the still point within the turning world. Your well-being today is directly tied to your flexibility. The more you can flow with small changes in your daily life, the more resilient you will be to the larger shifts the Wheel of Fortune promises. Ultimately, the universe is reminding you that security is not an external condition, but an internal state of being. You, more than any other sign, are tasked with learning to embody the mountain, unmoved by the changing seasons, the wind, and the rain. The wheel will always turn, bringing cycles of fortune and challenge, but your inner peace, your core values, and your connection to your own worth can remain constant. This is not a test of your strength to resist, but a lesson in the beautiful power of surrender and trust. You are being guided toward a future that is more aligned with your soul's purpose, even if the path there feels unpredictable right now. What is one routine or belief you have been clinging to out of comfort, which you intuitively know is ready to be released to allow a new cycle to begin? Take a moment to truly identify it and consider what one small step you could take today to let it go. Share your reflections on this process of release and renewal in the comments below. Your story may be the catalyst for someone else's breakthrough. Your journey today is supported by the energies of emerald green, a color that represents growth, healing of the heart, and the abundant renewal found in nature's cycles. Your lucky numbers are 6, 14, 22, 31, 48, 57. Gemini, the cosmic stage is set for a grand finale, and you are the star, the choreographer, and the audience all in one. Your guide for this pivotal moment is the World, the final card of the major arcana, representing the successful conclusion of a profound journey. This isn't just about finishing a project, it's about achieving a state of integration, a feeling of wholeness that has been a long time in the making. For a sign as multifaceted and curious as yours, often pulled in 1,000 directions by intellectual whims, the World signifies a rare and beautiful moment of synthesis. It's the culmination of a cycle where all your disparate selves, your varied interests, and your past experiences finally lock into place, forming a complete and intricate mosaic. The dancing figure at the center of the card, free and unbound within a laurel wreath of victory, is you. You have navigated the trials, learned the lessons, and are now ready to celebrate the universe you contain within yourself. This energy is especially poignant with Uranus, the planet of awakening, transiting your own sign for the long term, pushing you to redefine your very identity. Today is a powerful milestone on that revolutionary path. The celestial orchestra plays a triumphant score that harmonizes perfectly with this energy of completion. The Sun and your ruling planet, the swift messenger Mercury, are both journeying through the expansive and philosophical sign of Sagittarius. This alignment illuminates your 9th house of higher meaning and broad horizons, urging you to zoom out and see the full picture of your life's narrative. You are not just a collection of random events, you are a story, and today you understand its overarching theme. This perspective is amplified by a dynamic and fiery trine to Mars, the planet of action, which is blazing through the heart-centered and expressive sign of Leo. This combination fuels a desire to not just feel your success internally, but to express it outwardly with confidence and joy. It's the energy of a victory lap, a curtain call after a masterful performance. Meanwhile, Venus, the planet of love and value, resides in the grounded sign of Capricorn, forming a supportive sextile to the structured wisdom of Saturn in Pisces. This aspect ensures that your sense of accomplishment isn't a fleeting high. It is built on a foundation of tangible effort, disciplined emotional maturity, and a deep understanding of what truly matters. You have earned this moment through dedication, not just luck. Pluto in Aquarius lends its transformative power through another helpful sextile, suggesting that this personal integration is part of a much larger intellectual and social evolution you are undergoing. You are completing a personal cycle that simultaneously unlocks your next level of contribution to the collective. In your professional life, the world signals the peak of a major endeavor. This is the day a long-term project culminates in success, a difficult negotiation finally reaches a favorable conclusion, or you receive recognition for a body of work you have spent years building. The Sagittarius influence from your ruler Mercury makes it a perfect time for presentations, publishing, or launching something that shares your knowledge with a wider audience. Don't just close the chapter, celebrate it. Acknowledge your team, thank your mentors, and take a moment to absorb the reality of your achievement. Financially, the Venus in Capricorn energy encourages a mindset of legacy. While the Leo-Mars influence might tempt you to splurge on a grand celebration, Venus advises a more strategic approach. Use this moment of success to solidify your long-term security. This could mean making a significant investment, paying off a substantial debt, or setting up a financial plan for the next great cycle you are about to begin. Your success today is the seed for your prosperity tomorrow. True wealth, as you're now understanding it, is the freedom to begin a new journey from a place of wholeness, not of lack. When it comes to matters of the heart, the energy of the world is profoundly healing and deeply connecting. For those in a relationship, this is a day of arrival. You and your partner may look at each other and realize you've weathered the storms and have now reached a new plateau of understanding, trust, and shared purpose. It feels like coming home. The Leo influence encourages you to celebrate this milestone together, not with quiet contentment, but with joyful, expressive affection. It is a day for grand romantic gestures that honor the journey you've shared. For the single Gemini, this card is perhaps even more powerful. It represents the end of the search for a better half because you have finally realized you are already whole. This is liberation. You no longer approach dating from a place of need, but from a place of sovereign choice. Your energy is magnetic because it is complete. You are not looking for someone to fill a void. You are looking for another whole universe to dance with. This internal completeness is the most attractive quality you can possess, and it will draw in connections that mirror your own self-respect and integrated spirit. Your well-being today is centered on honoring the sacred trinity of mind, body, and spirit. The world's dancing figure is a potent symbol for the joy of embodiment. Engage in a physical activity that feels like a celebration. This could be dancing in your living room to your favorite album, a hike to a beautiful viewpoint where you can see the world spread out before you, or a dynamic yoga flow that connects breath to movement. The goal is to feel the life force moving through you, to celebrate the physical vessel that has carried you through this entire journey. Mentally, the Sagittarius energy invites reflection. Take some time to journal about the cycle that is now closing. What were the biggest lessons? Who were you when it began, and who are you now? Acknowledging this growth is a powerful act of psychological self-care. Spiritually, it's a day for gratitude. A simple meditation focusing on all the elements, people, and experiences that brought you to this point of completion can create a profound sense of peace and connection to the greater cosmic web. Today is not merely a day on the calendar. It is a destination you have arrived at after a long and meaningful pilgrimage. The World card, supported by a symphony of planets, confirms that you have successfully integrated the lessons, the heartbreaks, the triumphs, and the paradoxes of a significant life chapter. You have reconciled your famous duality, not by choosing one side, but by embracing both, understanding that they are two essential parts of a magnificent whole. This is the essence of wisdom, the peace that surpasses understanding. You stand now at a powerful threshold, complete in yourself, holding the entire world of your experience within you, ready and free to begin the next great adventure, not as a seeker, but as a sovereign creator. The wreath on the World card is a perfect circle, a symbol of infinity and unbroken wholeness, earned through your journey. It represents the boundary between your inner universe and the outer world, a boundary you now master. As you stand in this victorious space, what is one old story about yourself that you can now lovingly place outside of that sacred circle, leaving it behind for good as you step into your next cycle? Take a moment to truly visualize this release. Let us know what you're leaving behind in the comments. Your declaration could empower someone else to do the same. As you move through this day of culmination, allow your intuition to be guided by the resonant frequencies of the numbers 4, 11, 21, 30, 48, and 57. Your color for today is royal purple. This is not just a color of luxury, but of spiritual attainment and wisdom. It represents the blending of earthly action and divine insight, mirroring your own journey of integrating all parts of your being to reach a state of inner royalty. Wear it or keep it near as a reminder that you have successfully completed a major spiritual task and are now crowned with the wisdom of your experience. Wear it or keep it near as a reminder that you have successfully completed a major spiritual task and are now crowned with the wisdom of your experience. Cancer, the universe is handing you a cosmic spotlight today, and your guide through this radiant energy is the sun. This is perhaps the most joyful and affirmative card in the entire tarot deck, a pure and unadulterated expression of vitality, clarity, and success. For a soul like yours, so deeply attuned to the subtle emotional currents of the moon, the sun arrived as a powerful invitation to step out from the protective shell and into the warmth of uninhibited self-expression. It represents a moment of profound enlightenment, where shadows dissipate and the simple truth of your own worth becomes brilliantly clear. The card's imagery of a joyful child riding a white horse under a benevolent sun speaks directly to your inner child, that part of you that remembers how to play, to trust, and to love without fear or reservation. Today is not about hiding your light or protecting your vulnerabilities. It is about recognizing that your authentic essence is your greatest strength and allowing it to illuminate every corner of your life. This energy asks you to embrace visibility, to celebrate your victories, and to connect with the world from a place of open-hearted optimism. This brilliant solar theme is amplified and given direction by a powerful celestial orchestra. The Sun and Mercury are traveling together in the adventurous, truth-seeking sign of Sagittarius, creating a potent alignment that urges you to expand your horizons and speak your truth with unwavering confidence. This isn't a day for subtle hints or emotional undercurrents. It's a day for direct, honest, and optimistic communication. Your mind is sharp and your perspective is wide, allowing you to see the bigger picture in situations that may have felt confusing. Simultaneously, an energetic Aries moon infuses your emotional landscape with a surge of courage and initiative. This fiery lunar placement challenges your typical caution, pushing you to act on your feelings and pioneer new emotional territory. This is the spark you need to take the lead in your own life. Adding to this bonfire of personal power, both dynamic Mars and expansive Jupiter are roaring through the theatrical sign of Leo. This is a cosmic command to create, to perform, to lead, and to love with the full force of your passionate heart. Your creative drive is at an all-time high, and your capacity for generosity and magnanimity is vast. This is your permission slip to be the main character. Meanwhile, Venus, the planet of love and values, moves through the intense waters of Scorpio, demanding profound emotional honesty and vulnerability in your connections. It ensures that the day's bright external energy is matched by a deep internal truth, especially in matters of the heart. Grounding all of this fiery expression is Saturn's gentle presence in Pisces, reminding you to build sustainable structures for your dreams and to integrate your spiritual insights into your daily reality. It provides the soulful container for this immense creative outpouring. Finally, Uranus in Gemini encourages a radical rethinking of your ideas. Neptune in Aries blurs the lines between your personal drive and your spiritual ideals. And Pluto in Aquarius continues its long-term project of transforming how you relate to your community. Together, these forces align with the sun's message. It is time to shine, not as an act of ego, but as an act of authentic, soul-aligned service to yourself and others. In your professional and financial life, this is a day for bold visibility. The combined energy of the Sun card and the planets in Sagittarius and Leo demands that you step forward and claim your successes. Have you been working quietly on a brilliant project behind the scenes? Today is the day to present it. Do you have an innovative idea that could change the team's direction? Speak up in the meeting. This is not the time to let modesty or fear of the spotlight hold you back. Your enthusiasm is contagious, and people will be naturally drawn to your vision and confidence. Think of yourself as the director of your own career today. Take charge, delegate with warmth, and celebrate the contributions of your colleagues. Financially, this radiant energy encourages investments in joy and self-development. This could mean finally signing up for that course that lights you up, purchasing a tool that will elevate your creative hobby, or even planning a trip that promises adventure and new perspectives. The universe supports spending that aligns with your growth and happiness, trusting that when you invest in your own light, abundance naturally follows. When it comes to love and relationships, the energy is both dazzlingly bright and profoundly deep. For those in a partnership, the Sun card, powered by the Leo transits, invites a return to playfulness, romance, and mutual admiration. Plan a date that feels like a scene from a movie, express your appreciation with grand gestures, and make a conscious effort to see your partner in their most brilliant light. Let go of old grievances and allow pure, uncomplicated joy to be the focus. The presence of Venus in Scorpio adds a layer of transformative intimacy, asking you to share your deepest truths with courage and vulnerability. A truly honest conversation today can dissolve old barriers and forge an unbreakable bond. For single Cancers, this is one of the most magnetic astrological climates imaginable. Your inner light is shining so brightly that you are naturally attracting attention. The key is to be unapologetically yourself. Go where you feel most alive, engage in activities that bring you genuine happiness, and let your authentic personality be your calling card. Someone who is truly meant for you will be drawn to your warmth and authenticity, not a carefully constructed facade. A connection initiated under the sky is likely to be based on genuine joy and a shared zest for life. Your health and well-being today are directly linked to vitality and joy. The sun is the ultimate source of life energy, so prioritize activities that replenish your personal reserves. If possible, spend some time in actual sunlight, absorbing its warmth and vitamin D. This is a perfect day for joyful movement. Instead of a grueling workout, consider dancing in your living room, playing a sport you love, or going for a hike in a beautiful place. Your physical energy is high, so use it in ways that feel celebratory rather than punishing. Mentally and emotionally, the prescription is clarity and optimism. Practice gratitude journaling, focusing on everything that is going right in your life. The Sagittarian energy supports learning and expanding your mind, so feeding your curiosity by reading a book or listening to an inspiring podcast can be deeply nourishing. Saturn in Pisces also encourages a gentle spiritual practice, perhaps a meditation focused on visualizing yourself surrounded by golden light, feeling safe, radiant, and whole. This is about actively cultivating a mindset of brightness and possibility. Ultimately, this day is a powerful lesson in emotional courage. It teaches that your sensitivity is not a weakness to be hidden, but a source of incredible warmth to be shared. The sun's journey across the sky is a daily miracle, and today you are being asked to mirror that miracle in your own life. It is about the radical act of choosing joy, the brave decision to be seen, and the profound realization that your security doesn't come from hiding in your shell, but from being so rooted in your own truth that you become a source of light for yourself and everyone around you. You are being called to embody the sun, to radiate your unique gifts without apology, and to trust that when you do, you create more warmth and light in the world. So here is a question to carry with you. If you knew with absolute certainty that you could not fail and would only be met with love and acceptance, what one brilliant, joyful part of yourself would you finally allow the world to see today? Take a small, tangible step to honor that part of you. We would be honored to witness a piece of your light if you feel called to share your reflections in the comments below. Your journey today is guided by the numbers 4, 11, 19, 27, 38, and 51, which together weave a tapestry of stability, intuition, and joyful completion. Let your path be illuminated by the color marigold. This vibrant, golden-orange hue is the embodiment of the Sun card's energy, representing optimism, creative fire, and the simple, profound joy of being fully and brilliantly alive. Wear it or place it near you as a reminder to shine brightly. Leo, the stage of your life is typically illuminated by the brilliant, unwavering spotlight of your ruler, the Sun. You are comfortable in its warmth, a master of performance, presence, and radiant self-expression. But today, the cosmos dims the house lights and pulls back the velvet curtain, not to reveal the audience, but to guide you into the mysterious, shadowy world backstage. Your guide for this journey is the Moon, a tarot card of intuition, dreams, and the subconscious. This card doesn't speak in the clear, declarative language of the Sun. It whispers in symbols, riddles, and feelings. It represents the vast, uncharted territory of your inner world, the fears, anxieties, and profound creative instincts that exist beneath the surface of your polished persona. The Moon asks you to trade your crown for a diving bell and explore the depths of your own emotional ocean. It suggests that your greatest power today won't come from what you project, but from what you are willing to acknowledge within the beautiful, shimmering darkness of your own soul. This is not a call to diminish your light, but to understand the deep, unseen waters from which it truly emanates. The universe conspires to make this inner exploration both potent and unavoidable, as the Moon itself is traveling through your own sign, Leo, accompanied by the fiery warrior planet Mars. This creates a fascinating paradox. Your emotions are amplified, demanding to be seen and expressed with your signature dramatic flair, yet their origins are murky and subconscious, courtesy of the Moon card's influence. You might feel a surge of creative energy or a powerful need for recognition, but it could be tinged with an unplaceable anxiety or sensitivity. This is Mars in Leo, fueling your drive, but the Moon asking, what is the real motivation behind this fire? Is it pure passion, or is it a subconscious fear of being overlooked or unloved? With the Sun blazing through the adventurous and truth-seeking sign of Sagittarius, you are given the courage to ask these deep questions without judgment. The Sagittarian spirit encourages you to view this inner quest as a grand adventure, a search for a more authentic personal philosophy. Meanwhile, the great teacher, Saturn, drifting through the mystical waters of Pisces, forms a foundational energy for this entire experience. Saturn in Pisces is about dissolving old, rigid structures of fear and facing karmic patterns. It's like a deep psychological cleanse, asking you to see where your Leo need for control is actually limiting your spiritual and emotional growth. Pluto's transformative power in Aquarius, your opposite sign, is also profoundly challenging you to redefine your relationship with power, shifting from individual ego to collective impact. This isn't about losing your uniqueness. It's about understanding how your powerful heart can contribute to something larger than your own legend. In your professional life, this energy demands that you trust your gut instincts over spreadsheets and external validation. If a project or proposal looks perfect on paper but feels subtly off, the Moon is waving a red flag from your subconscious. Your intuition is your most valuable asset today. You may find that a brilliant, innovative idea emerges not from a structured brainstorming session, but from a daydream or a quiet moment of reflection. Be wary of office politics or situations where information seems intentionally obscured. The Moon can reveal illusions and deceptions. It's a day to listen more than you speak, to observe the undercurrents in meetings rather than dominating the conversation. Financially, avoid impulsive decisions driven by emotion, especially if they are rooted in a desire to maintain a certain image or status. This Mars in Leo transit can tempt you to make a grand, expensive gesture, but Venus in practical Capricorn advises a more grounded approach. Your financial security is best served by building something solid and sustainable, not by a fleeting display of bravado. Think of it as investing in the foundations of your castle, not just the gilding on its gates. When it comes to matters of the heart, the moon's energy fosters a deep, almost psychic connection. For those in a relationship, this is a day for profound vulnerability. The conversations that matter won't be about weekend plans, but about sharing dreams, unspoken fears, and the quiet insecurities that you both harbor. It's an opportunity to see the person you love not just in the bright light of day, but in the soft, complex glow of the moonlight, accepting all of their facets. This is where true intimacy is forged, in the shared understanding of each other's inner worlds. If you are single, this is a powerful time for self-reflection. The moon may illuminate patterns in your attractions. Are you drawn to a certain type because they represent an unresolved aspect of your own psyche? This is a day to get honest about what you truly need for emotional security, guided by the steadying influence of Venus in Capricorn. Instead of seeking a co-star for your life's movie, you might realize you're looking for a quiet, steadfast presence who feels like home. True magnetism today comes not from a dazzling performance, but from the quiet confidence of someone who is unafraid of their own depths. To care for your well-being, you must honor the call for introspection. Your usual methods of recharging, socializing, being active, seeking the spotlight might feel draining. Your body and soul are asking for something different. This is a perfect day for practices that connect you to your subconscious. Consider journaling, especially a dream journal, to capture any messages that surface during your sleep. Water is incredibly healing under this influence, so a long bath, a swim, or simply spending time near a lake or the ocean can be deeply restorative. Mentally, give yourself permission to not have all the answers. The moon's landscape is foggy, and clarity comes in its own time. Instead of pushing for a logical solution to a problem, try a more creative or meditative approach. Listen to an album that moves you, watch a film that feels like a waking dream, or simply sit in silence and allow your thoughts to drift without judgment. This is about nurturing your inner world so that your outer light can shine even more brightly and authentically tomorrow. Ultimately, your journey today is one of integration. It's about understanding that the magnificent, sun-kissed lion that the world sees is intrinsically connected to the mystical, intuitive creature that walks by the light of the moon. True strength, the kind that inspires and endures, is not about eradicating your shadows, but about understanding them, learning from them, and embracing them as part of your whole complex self. Like an actor who deeply understands their character's hidden backstory, knowing your own subconscious motivations will make your performance on the world stage infinitely more powerful, authentic, and moving. You are not just the star, you are the entire universe of the story. So tonight, before you fall asleep, find a quiet space and light a single candle. Watch the flame dance and cast shadows on the wall. In that space between light and dark, ask yourself, what is one fear I've been carrying that, if I embraced it, could actually become my greatest source of strength? Let the answer emerge not as a thought, but as a feeling. We would be honored to hear about the strengths you discover in the comments below. Your path is illuminated by the numbers 7, 18, 22, 34, 41, and 57. The color of your day is indigo, the deep blue-violet hue of the twilight sky and the third eye chakra. This color supports your journey inward, enhancing your intuition and connecting you to the wisdom that exists beyond the reach of the conscious mind. Wear it or surround yourself with it to feel grounded in your own inner knowing. Virgo, the universe is not asking you to move forward today, but to hang in suspense. Your guide is the Hanged Man, a card that often invokes a sense of being stuck, but whose wisdom is far more profound. This is not a punishment or a delay, it is a sacred, voluntary pause. Imagine yourself as the figure on the card, suspended between heaven and earth, seeing the world from an entirely new angle. For a sign like you, so grounded in logic, order, and the relentless pursuit of perfection, this energy can feel deeply counterintuitive. Your instinct is to analyze, categorize, and fix. The Hanged Man, however, invites you to surrender the need for control. He represents a liminal space, a moment of profound stillness, where illumination is found not through action, but through acceptance. This is the ultimate spiritual trust fall, a moment to let go of your meticulously crafted plans and allow a deeper wisdom to emerge from the quiet. The world hasn't stopped turning. You have simply chosen to observe its rotation from a different, more enlightened perspective. This day is about understanding that sometimes the most productive thing you can do is nothing at all. The celestial orchestra is playing a complex symphony that perfectly complements this theme of enlightened surrender. The Sun and your ruling planet, Mercury, are both journeying through expansive Sagittarius, pulling your focus away from the microscopic details and toward the grand philosophical questions of your existence. This is the cosmic why that underlies your daily how. This energy fuels a desire for truth and meaning, but the Hanged Man's presence suggests this truth won't be found by chasing it, but by allowing it to find you in the stillness. Meanwhile, a fiery and expressive moon and Mars in Leo are creating a significant internal tension. This dynamic duo craves action, recognition, and creative expression. It wants to perform, to be seen, to solve the problem with a grand gesture. This part of you will feel restless, perhaps even frustrated by the imposed quiet. This is the central challenge, to tame the ego's roar and listen to the soul's whisper. Venus in practical Capricorn grounds your relationships in reality, asking you to use this pause to evaluate the true structure and commitment within your connections. It's a quiet audit of emotional integrity. The most profound influence, however, comes from Saturn moving through the watery depths of Pisces. This is a transit about dissolving old karmic structures and learning lessons on a soul level. It is the very essence of the Hanged Man's call to let go. Saturn in Pisces supports this period of suspension, helping you release attachments to outcomes you can't control. Uranus in Gemini promises that this period of waiting will not be in vain. A sudden, brilliant flash of insight, a mental breakthrough that reframes your entire situation, is waiting on the other side of your surrender. Finally, Jupiter in Cancer provides a gentle, nurturing cushion, reminding you that this process of letting go is an act of profound self-care, a return to your own emotional sanctuary. In your professional life, the urge to push forward on a stalled project or force a decision will be strong, fueled by that Leo Mars. Resist it. The Hanged Man advises a strategic retreat. This is not about giving up, it's about conserving your energy and gaining a superior vantage point. Step back from the spreadsheet, put the proposal on hold for a day, and stop trying to solve the problem with the same mindset that created it. Your greatest asset today is your ability to observe the dynamics of your workplace without being entangled in them. Notice the power structures, the communication flows, the unspoken needs. Your breakthrough will come not from more effort, but from a new angle of approach. Financially, this is a day for review, not action. Postpone major investments or purchases. Instead, look at your budget from an upside-down perspective. What expenses are truly serving your higher purpose, and which are simply feeding a need for control or external validation? The answers may surprise you. When it comes to matters of the heart, the Hanged Man's wisdom asks for a suspension of judgment and expectation. If you are in a relationship, this is a day to pause any recurring arguments or power struggles. Instead of trying to win a point, try to simply understand your partner's perspective, even if you don't agree with it. This pause creates a space for empathy to grow. It's about letting go of the need to be right in favor of the desire to be connected. This is Venus in Capricorn's influence at its best, using patience to build a more resilient and authentic foundation. For the single Virgo, this is a powerful invitation to release your grip on the checklist and the timeline. So often, the search for a partner is an active, analytical project for you. Today, surrender the project. Let go of swiping, searching, and strategizing. Instead, turn that loving, analytical energy inward. What new perspective on yourself can you gain when you are not focused on how you appear to a potential partner? True magnetism is born from self-acceptance, and that is a gift you can only find in the quiet moments of being with yourself. Your well-being today is intrinsically linked to your ability to embrace stillness. Your mind, governed by Mercury, is a powerful machine that is almost always running. The Hanged Man is the off switch. Your body and nervous system are begging for a respite from the constant analysis and low-grade anxiety that can come with your desire for perfection. Practices that invert the body or challenge your equilibrium can be surprisingly potent, such as a gentle yin yoga class with inversions, or even simply lying on the floor with your legs up the wall. This physically shifts your perspective and calms the nervous system. Submerging yourself in water, a bath, a pool, the ocean, can also mimic this feeling of suspension and surrender, washing away the mental chatter. The goal is not to empty your mind, which is an impossible task, but to simply stop clinging to every thought that floats by. Observe them without engagement, like watching clouds drift across the sky. This is mental hygiene of the highest order. Ultimately, today is a profound lesson in the power of the pause. It is an active, courageous choice to trust the universe's timing over your own. The insights you are seeking about your career, your relationships, and your life's path are not hiding from you. They are simply waiting for you to become still enough to receive them. Like a musician holding a note, creating a moment of beautiful tension before the resolution, you are holding space for a new truth to be born. This surrender is not weakness, it is the ultimate strength. It is the wisdom to know when to strive and the grace to know when to let go. The breakthrough is coming, but it will arrive in a whisper, not a shout, and only when you are truly ready to listen. What is the one thing in your life you have been trying relentlessly to fix? As an experiment, for today only, what would it feel like to completely release it and trust that the solution will reveal itself without your intervention? Share what you discovered in that space of surrender in the comments below. Your journey through this contemplative energy is guided by the lucky numbers 4, 12, 21, 33, 47, and 58. The color of the day is deep indigo, the shade of the twilight sky just before the stars appear. This color represents the third eye, intuition, and the profound wisdom that is found not in the bright light of day, but in the quiet, meditative darkness where a new perspective is born. Libra, the universe is speaking to you today through a symbol of profound change and cosmic rhythm, the Wheel of Fortune. This potent card represents the inescapable cycles of life, the ups and downs, the unexpected twists of fate, and the beautiful, maddening unpredictability of it all. For you, a sign dedicated to equilibrium and harmony, the spinning of this wheel can feel unsettling. Your instinct is to steady the scales, to find a perfect, static point of balance. But the Wheel of Fortune doesn't ask for stillness. It asks for a different kind of balance, a dynamic equilibrium found not by stopping the motion, but by finding your serene center within it. It teaches that true power lies not in controlling the external world, but in mastering your internal response to its constant flux. Today, you are being invited to become the calm hub around which the world spins, observing the changes with grace and understanding that every rotation, whether it brings you to the top or the bottom, is part of a larger divine pattern leading you toward growth. This theme of karmic cycles and destined shifts is illuminated by a complex and powerful celestial arrangement. The Sun and Mercury are traveling together through philosophical Sagittarius, forming a harmonious angle to your sign. This floods your mind with optimism, expansive ideas, and a desire for truth and adventure. It's the energy of seeing the bigger picture, the force that helps you understand the why behind the wheels turning. This intellectual fire is further stoked by a magnificent Jupiter in creative Leo, urging you to express your vision with confidence and flair. This is the energy of being at the top of the wheel, where opportunities seem to appear as if by magic. However, the emotional landscape tells a different story. The moon in intuitive Pisces swims in deep waters, holding hands with the stern master, Saturn. This creates a subtle but profound tension, asking you to ground your lofty ideas in emotional reality. It challenges your Libran tendency to analyze feelings from a distance, instead demanding that you immerse yourself in them and accept their lessons with maturity. Your ruling planet, Venus, currently transiting the intense and mysterious sign of Scorpio, amplifies this call for depth. It insists that your connections, your values, and your sense of beauty must move beyond the superficial and into the realm of soul-level transformation. Meanwhile, Uranus in Gemini provides sudden intellectual breakthroughs, and Pluto in Aquarius continues its slow, revolutionary work on your social structures, ensuring that the changes initiated today are part of a much larger and ultimately freeing evolution. In your professional life, the Wheel of Fortune signals a potential turning point. An unexpected project, a sudden reorganization, or a surprising offer could land on your desk. The key is to remain adaptable and open. The Sagittarius energy favors learning, publishing, or long-distance collaborations. Don't be afraid to pitch a bold, unconventional idea. Jupiter in Leo is your cosmic hype man, giving you the charisma to win others over. However, the Pisces moon and Saturn advise caution against making purely emotional decisions or being swayed by a fleeting sense of insecurity. Use your renowned diplomatic skills to navigate any changes in team dynamics, but let the deep truth of Venus in Scorpio guide your choices. Is this career path truly aligned with your soul's purpose? The wheel may be turning to move you away from a role that only satisfies your need for aesthetic harmony and toward one that offers profound personal fulfillment. Financially, this is a day for review, not risky ventures. A sudden windfall is possible, but so is an unexpected expense. The lesson is detachment. See money as a form of energy that flows in and out, and focus on building sustainable structures rather than chasing quick gains. When it comes to love and relationships, Venus in Scorpio is leading a masterclass in intimacy, and the Wheel of Fortune is turning the page. If you are in a partnership, the time for polite, surface-level harmony is over. A conversation may arise that feels intense or vulnerable, unearthing hidden truths or deep-seated desires. This is not a crisis, it is a breakthrough. Your challenge is to resist the urge to smooth things over prematurely, and instead hold space for the raw, messy, and beautiful reality of a truly intimate connection. This is how you transform a pleasant partnership into a soul-deep bond. For single Libras, the wheel suggests that a fateful encounter could be on the horizon, but it will likely come when you least expect it, and from a direction you hadn't considered. The universe is urging you to let go of your carefully curated type and open yourself to a connection that challenges and transforms you. The magnetic pull will be towards someone with depth and emotional honesty, not just superficial charm. The most attractive thing you can do today is to be unapologetically authentic, embodying the emotional wisdom offered by the Moon and Saturn. To maintain your well-being amidst these powerful currents, your focus should be on grounding your energy. The intellectual stimulation from the air and fire planets can leave you feeling scattered, while the deep emotional tides of the water planets can feel overwhelming. The key is to find practices that anchor you in your physical body, the calm center of your personal wheel. Instead of a high-intensity workout, consider a restorative yoga practice, a long walk in nature focusing on the sensation of your feet on the earth, or even a sound bath. The Piscean influence makes you highly sensitive to your environment, so creating a sanctuary at home with calming music, soft lighting, and beautiful scents can have a profoundly therapeutic effect. Your mental health is supported by journaling, allowing you to process the deep feelings stirred up by the moon and Saturn without judgment. Don't just think about your feelings, write them down. This act of translation from the abstract realm of emotion to the concrete world of words is incredibly balancing for you. Ultimately, the message of the Wheel of Fortune, woven through the day's astrology, is one of surrender and trust. You are not being tossed about by a chaotic and meaningless fate. You are being guided by a cosmic intelligence that is orchestrating events for your highest growth. Your task is to release the need to control every outcome and instead cultivate a deep faith in the process. When you feel the wheel lifting you up, practice gratitude. When you feel it bringing you down, practice resilience. Both are temporary states on a journey toward greater wisdom and self-awareness. You are learning to dance with destiny, and your Libran grace makes you a natural. The universe is not happening to you, it is happening for you. Think of a recurring cycle in your own life, a pattern you've experienced more than once in your relationships, career, or personal growth. What is the one core lesson that this repeating pattern has been trying to teach you? And are you finally ready to listen? Reflect on this, and perhaps share a small piece of that wisdom with someone who might need to hear it. As you navigate these turning tides, let the currents of fortune guide you toward your highest path. Your journey is marked by the lucky numbers 4, 11, 19, 27, 35, and 48, each a stepping stone on your evolving path. Allow yourself to be enveloped by the color of the day, royal purple. This hue represents wisdom, intuition, and spiritual insight. It is the color of royalty, not of earthly crowns, but of the sovereignty you hold over your own inner kingdom, reminding you that you are the calm and powerful ruler at the center of your own spinning universe. Scorpio. Today, the universe hands you a blank page and a pass to the unknown, embodied by the profound and liberating energy of the Fool. This card, numbered 0, represents pure potential, the moment just before the journey begins. For a sign like you, so adept at navigating the intricate depths of strategy, power, and transformation, the Fool's call to surrender can feel both terrifying and exhilarating. It asks you to release your grip on the outcome, to trust the process, and to take a leap of faith not based on a calculated risk, but on a deep, intuitive knowing that a new cycle is ready to begin. This is not about being naive. It is about choosing to believe in the possibility of a benevolent universe and your own resilience. The Fool is your inner self, standing at the precipice of a new experience, carrying only what is essential and guided by the light of pure, unadulterated potential. It mirrors your own capacity for rebirth, but asks you to approach it not through a planned demolition of the old, but through a joyful, spontaneous step into the new. This powerful invitation to begin anew is amplified and given context by the celestial weather. The Sun and Mercury are both journeying through expansive Sagittarius, pulling your focus away from the intense internal analysis of your own season and toward the horizon of what could be. This is the energy of the philosopher, the adventurer, the eternal student, asking you big questions about your personal truth and your place in the world. It fuels the Fool's desire for a quest. This is further supported by the Moon and your ruling planet, Pluto, both in the forward-thinking sign of Aquarius. This alignment creates an emotional and deeply transformational pull toward innovation, community, and a radical vision for your future. You may feel a detachment from old emotional dramas, replaced by a clearer, more objective understanding of what you need to build a life that aligns with your highest ideals. It's as if your heart and your soul are collaborating on a blueprint for a completely new reality, one that is less about control and more about authentic connection and collective progress. Adding a layer of grounded caution to this leap is Venus in practical Capricorn and Mars in nurturing Cancer. While the Fool encourages you to jump, these planets remind you what you're jumping for and what you need to protect. Venus in Capricorn asks that this new beginning be in service of something lasting and valuable. It's not a leap into chaos, but a leap toward building a more stable and meaningful foundation for your love life and your finances. Mars in Cancer, a deeply intuitive and protective placement, urges you to listen to your gut feelings. Your actions today are best driven by emotional intelligence, not reckless abandon. This creates a beautiful dynamic, the wise fool. You can be spontaneous and open to the unknown while still honoring your need for emotional security and your desire for long-term success. Meanwhile, the grand benefic Jupiter in dazzling Leo is your cosmic cheerleader, infusing your journey with creativity, confidence, and a touch of main character energy. It insists that this new path must allow for your full, radiant self-expression. Do not be afraid to be seen as you embark on this adventure. In your professional life, the Fool's energy is a potent antidote to stagnation. If you felt confined by a rigid job description or a predictable career trajectory, today is the day to brainstorm without limits. What if you started that side project? What if you pitched that wild, unconventional idea? The Sagittarian influence encourages you to think about the bigger picture of your work. Are you learning? Are you expanding your worldview? Venus in Capricorn suggests that any bold career move you consider should be rooted in a long-term vision. Perhaps this leap of faith involves investing in a new skill, seeking a mentor who has built something you admire, or drafting a business plan for that passion project you've dismissed as a daydream. Financially, this is not a day for impulsive spending, but for investing in your own potential. Think of it as placing a bet on your future self, whether that's through education, a wellness retreat, or the seed money for a new venture. Trust that the resources you need will appear as you take the first step. When it comes to love and relationships, the Fool heralds a fresh start. For those in a partnership, this energy invites you to shed old roles and rediscover each other as if for the first time. Plan a date that is completely out of character for you as a couple. Take a spontaneous road trip. The key is to break the routine and inject a sense of wonder and shared adventure back into your connection. It's about taking a leap of faith in each other, trusting that your bond is strong enough to evolve. For single Scorpios, the message is crystal clear. Release your checklist. Let go of your preconceived type and be radically open to connection in unexpected places. The Fool's journey is often solitary, but filled with fateful encounters. Your charisma is amplified by Jupiter in Leo, so don't be afraid to initiate a conversation or simply be your most authentic magnetic self. Love may not arrive in the package you were expecting, so keep your eyes and your heart wide open to the magic of serendipity. Your health and well-being today are intrinsically linked to the concept of release. The Fool travels light, and you are being asked to shed the emotional and mental baggage that weighs you down. Scorpio has a tendency to hold on to intense emotions, which can manifest as physical tension or stress. Today, engage in practices that promote flow and spontaneity. Put on a playlist and dance wildly in your living room without any care for how you look. Go for a walk or a run without a planned route and let your intuition guide you. The Aquarius moon supports trying something new and unconventional, like a flotation tank session, biofeedback, or a tech-guided meditation that explores new states of consciousness. The goal is not a disciplined workout, but a joyful act of liberation, allowing your body to experience freedom and play. Remember that your physical vitality is directly connected to your willingness to let go and trust the journey. Ultimately, today is about the sacred intersection of your profound depth and the universe's limitless potential. It's a call to alchemize your power of strategic transformation into a power of faithful creation. You are not abandoning your nature, you are expanding it. The leap of faith isn't into an empty void, but into a richer, more authentic version of your own life that is waiting to be discovered. Trust that your formidable intuition is the only compass you need as you step onto this new path. The universe isn't asking you to be careless, it's inviting you to be courageous enough to believe that the net will indeed appear. So here is your invitation. What is the one beautiful, unrealistic possibility you've been refusing to fully entertain because it felt too uncertain? Take a moment to name it, even if only to yourself, and feel the subtle shift in your energy as you give it space. What does that first tiny, fearless step look like in your mind's eye? Share your reflections on the feeling of this new beginning in the comments below if you feel so called. As you step forward, carry with you the energetic imprint of your lucky numbers for the day: 4, 11, 22, 30, 48, 57. Let the color that guides your leap be marigold yellow. This vibrant, optimistic hue is the color of the sun, of fresh starts, and of the solar plexus chakra, your center of personal power and confidence. Wearing it or having it near you today is a visual reminder of your own inner light and your courage to shine it brightly as you embark on this beautiful, unknown adventure. Sagittarius. The universe is presenting you today with a card of profound clarity and cosmic reassurance, the Star. After periods of upheaval or confusion, this card arrives like a calm, clear night sky, reminding you of your guiding light and your connection to something vast and hopeful. For you, the eternal seeker and philosopher of the Zodiac, the star is not just a symbol, it is your natural state of being. It represents the unwavering faith in the journey itself, the belief that every arrow you loose into the unknown is guided by purpose. This energy is about healing, renewal, and pouring your unique gifts back into the collective. Today is a day to look up, both literally and metaphorically, and recognize that the very essence of hope is woven into the fabric of your soul. It's a moment to reconnect with your core truth and remember why you started your quest in the first place. The noise of the world fades, leaving only the serene music of the spheres, and you are its most attuned listener. This deeply restorative energy of the star finds powerful amplification through the day's celestial architecture. A magnificent grand fire trine connects your Sun and Mercury in Sagittarius with a vibrant moon in Aries and a potent conjunction of Mars and your ruling planet, Jupiter, in Leo. This is not just a spark, it is a bonfire of inspiration, creativity, and courageous self-expression. It's as if the universe is giving you a megaphone and a spotlight, urging you to share your vision. Your thoughts, fueled by Mercury in your home sign, are expansive and philosophical, perfectly aligned with your desire to communicate big ideas. The Aries moon provides the impulsive spark to initiate action, to not just dream, but to do. Meanwhile, the Jupiter-Mars conjunction in dramatic Leo insists that this action be bold, heartfelt, and authentic. This is the neurochemistry of peak performance and boundless optimism, a celestial validation for you to be your most brilliant, untamed self. However, this blaze of inspiring energy is moderated by a significant tension, a square between Venus in pragmatic Capricorn and Saturn in pioneering Aries. This aspect introduces a crucial element of reality testing. It asks, your vision is beautiful, but what is the plan? Your passion is immense, but what structures will you build to sustain it? This is where the therapeutic work lies. You are being called to bridge your limitless dreams with grounded, long-term action. This isn't a cosmic buzzkill. It is a call to create a sustainable legacy, to build a tangible vessel for your celestial inspiration. In your professional life, this translates into a day of immense potential, provided you temper your enthusiasm with strategy. The Grand Fire Trine makes this an exceptional time for pitching audacious projects, launching a creative venture, or taking on a leadership role that allows your natural charisma to shine. Your ability to inspire others with your vision is at an all-time high. People are drawn to your authenticity and confidence, which are supercharged by the Mars-Jupiter conjunction. However, the Venus-Saturn square urges caution in financial matters. While your ideas may feel like pure gold, this is not the day for impulsive investments or risky financial gambles. Instead, channel the Capricorn energy of Venus to create a solid business plan or a detailed budget. Use this grounding force to map out the practical steps needed to bring your Sagittarian dreams to fruition. The goal is to build something that lasts, not just something that burns brightly and quickly. Think of yourself as an architect of your own future, using the fire of your inspiration to forge the steel beams of a lasting structure. When it comes to matters of the heart, the day's energies demand a dance between passion and pragmatism. For those in a relationship, the fiery trine can reignite romance, encouraging spontaneous adventures and grand, heartfelt declarations. It's a beautiful day to celebrate your connection and share your most expansive dreams for the future. Yet, the Venus-Saturn square may also bring important conversations about commitment, security, and long-term plans to the surface. You may find a need to define the structures that support your shared life. This isn't about limiting your freedom, but about creating a secure container within which your love can truly flourish. For the single Sagittarius, your radiant, hopeful energy is incredibly magnetic. You are exuding the pure, unfiltered essence of the star, drawing others to your light. This is a wonderful time to put yourself out there, but with a discerning eye. The Venus in Capricorn influence encourages you to look beyond initial chemistry and consider a person's values, ambition, and emotional maturity. Seek a partner who not only wants to fly with you, but is also willing to help you build a solid launchpad. True freedom in partnership comes from shared stability. Your health and well-being today require a conscious balancing of energies. The immense fire present in the sky can manifest as restless energy, overstimulation, or even a tendency towards burnout if not managed well. It is essential to give this powerful current a physical outlet. Engage in activities that honor your Sagittarian nature, a long hike in nature, a competitive sport, dancing, or any form of dynamic movement that allows you to feel powerful and alive in your body. However, the healing wisdom of the Star card, with its purifying waters, reminds you to incorporate moments of serenity and restoration. Counterbalance the fire with water. Spend time near a lake or the ocean, take a long, calming bath, or practice a fluid meditation like Qigong. Mentally, this is a day to declutter. Turn off the notifications and allow yourself the space to simply connect with your inner guidance, your own North Star, without the static of the outside world. Ultimately, this day is a beautiful synthesis of dreaming and doing. The star reminds you that your hope is not naive. It is your greatest power, your most reliable compass. The potent fire trine provides the fuel, the passion, and the cosmic permission to chase that hope with everything you have. The grounding influence of the earthier placements simply ensures that your chase is not aimless. You are being invited to become a master of your own destiny, aligning your soul's purpose with deliberate, real-world action. Your optimism is your genius, Archer. Today, the universe asks you to take that genius and build something tangible, beautiful, and enduring with it. Let your faith in the future become the blueprint for your present. The Star card is about generously pouring your unique essence into the world. In that spirit, what is one truth you hold that feels essential to share? And how could you offer it as a gift to just one person today? Reflect on this, then feel free to share your inspirations in the comments below. This journey is guided by the energies of the numbers 7, 16, 25, 33, 41, and 58. Your path is illuminated by the color cerulean blue, a shade that captures the clarity of a midday sky and the tranquility of still water. It represents serenity, clear communication, and the infinite well of hope from which you can draw today. Capricorn. Today, the universe lays a velvet cloak of potential at your feet, embodied by the guiding energy of the Empress. She is not a card of striving or climbing, which is your usual mode of operation, but one of profound, creative abundance. Picture her seated on a throne amidst a field of golden wheat, a crown of 12 stars on her head, representing her dominion over the cycles of the year. The Empress is the archetype of the divine feminine, the creator, the nurturer, and the vessel through which life itself flows. For you, a sign synonymous with structure, discipline, and building lasting legacies, her message is a powerful invitation to soften. She asks you to pause your relentless ascent and instead cultivate the ground beneath you. Today is not about conquering the next peak. It is about recognizing that you are the fertile valley where all good things can grow. This energy encourages you to connect with your senses, to find security in receiving rather than only in achieving, and to trust in the natural, organic unfolding of your plans. The Empress reminds you that the most enduring empires are not just built with stone and ambition, but are nurtured with care, creativity, and an open heart. The cosmic weather today provides the perfect climate for this Empress energy to flourish. The moon glides through sensual, grounded Taurus, forming a harmonious trine to your sun. This is a profoundly stabilizing and gratifying influence, feeling like a comforting hand on your shoulder. The Taurus moon amplifies the Empress's call to connect with the physical world through pleasure and presence. It urges you to slow down and savor your experiences. The taste of your morning coffee, the texture of a favorite sweater, the sound of music that moves your soul. Meanwhile, the Sun and Mercury are traveling through Sagittarius, illuminating your 12th house of spirituality, dreams, and the subconscious. This is a period of gestation, where your most brilliant ideas are not found in boardrooms, but in moments of quiet reflection, meditation, or even in the symbolism of your dreams. It's the hidden, fertile soil from which your next big chapter will sprout. Adding a layer of gravitas and intention, Venus, the planet of love and value, is currently in your own sign. Venus in Capricorn seeks tangible expressions of affection and values commitment and quality. This pairs beautifully with the Empress by asking how you can build something beautiful and lasting in your relationships and creative projects, something that is not only functional but also deeply nurturing. A slight challenge comes from Mars, which is retrograde in Leo in your 8th house of shared resources and transformation. This transit asks you to reevaluate how you assert your creative will and passion within your most intimate partnerships and financial agreements. It's a call to turn your power inward, not to dominate, but to understand your own motivations and desires on a much deeper level. Your ruling planet, Saturn, swimming through the ethereal waters of Pisces, further supports this theme by encouraging you to bring gentle structure to your intuitive and communicative worlds, merging your innate pragmatism with a newfound compassion. Finally, the slow-moving giants continue their generational work. Uranus in Gemini is revolutionizing your daily routines and approach to wellness, while Pluto in Aquarius is fundamentally transforming your relationship with value, resources, and self-worth. Today, all these energies converge to ask a simple question: what are you allowing yourself to grow? In your professional life, the Empress asks you to shift from a mindset of scarcity and competition to one of creative overflow. This is a phenomenal day for brainstorming, initiating projects that require imagination, or nurturing your team. Your leadership style can benefit from a dose of compassion. Instead of just issuing directives, focus on cultivating the talents of those around you. See yourself as a gardener of potential. Financially, this energy encourages investments in things that provide long-term sustainable growth and personal fulfillment, not just a quick return. Think about investing in your own skills, in assets that bring you beauty and joy, or in businesses that align with your values. Pluto's long journey through your 2nd house is a deep excavation of what you truly value, and the Empress affirms that true wealth is a state as being, creative, generative, and secure in its own abundance. Don't be afraid to take a calculated risk on a passion project. The universe is signaling that what you nurture now will bear significant fruit later. When it comes to love and relationships, the Empress's influence is a warm, enveloping embrace. If you are in a partnership, this is a day to focus on nurturing your connection. Small acts of care and sensual pleasure will go a long way. Cook a meal together, create a comfortable and beautiful space at home, or simply offer a listening ear without trying to solve any problems. The Venus in Capricorn transit supports building security together, and the Empress shows that this security is best built through warmth and generosity of spirit, not just shared responsibilities. For single Capricorns, the call is to embody the Empress yourself. Rather than seeking someone to complete you, focus on cultivating your own rich inner world. Nurture your hobbies, create beauty in your life, and become so full of your own creative energy that you naturally attract others who resonate with your vibration. Your magnetism is at its peak when you are self-sufficient, confident, and radiating a sense of inner abundance. You are the prize, the fertile garden that others will be drawn to. Your health and well-being are paramount under this transit, as the Empress governs the physical body and our connection to the earth. The Taurus moon beckons you to ground yourself. If you can, spend time in nature, a walk in a park, tending to houseplants, or simply sitting outside and feeling the sun on your skin. Nourish your body with wholesome, delicious food. This is not a day for restrictive diets, but for intuitive eating that feels both healthy and pleasurable. Your mental health will benefit immensely from creative expression. Write, paint, play music, or engage in any activity that allows you to channel your inner world into a tangible form. This is a way of processing emotions that bypasses your logical mind and taps directly into the creative wellspring the Empress offers. This is about caring for yourself as you would a cherished project or a loved one, with patience, tenderness, and unwavering support. Ultimately, the message of the day is one of integration. Your Saturn-ruled nature provides the strong vessel, the solid earth, and the discipline to create lasting structures. The Empress provides the water, the sunlight, and the life force to make that earth fertile and productive. You do not have to choose between ambition and pleasure, between structure and flow. Today, you are invited to weave them together, to build a life that is not only successful by external standards, but is also rich, beautiful, and deeply fulfilling on a soul level. You are the master builder who is also the master gardener, capable of creating a legacy that is both strong and alive. Trust in the process of organic growth. Now, take a moment to look around your immediate environment. What is one small, tangible piece of beauty or comfort you can create or nurture in the next hour? It could be as simple as brewing a special cup of tea, putting on a piece of music that fills the room with warmth, or writing a single sentence of encouragement to a friend. How can you become a conduit for the Empress's gentle, creative energy right now? I invite you to share the small act of nurturing you chose in the comments below. This day unfolds with a particular resonance, guided by the lucky numbers 7, 16, 25, 33, 41, and 58. The color of the day is emerald green, a hue that symbolizes the heart of the forest, vibrant life, and luxurious abundance. Wearing or meditating on this color connects you directly to the fertile, healing, and prosperous energy of the Empress, reminding you that you are inherently worthy of all the growth and beauty the world has to offer. Aquarius, today the universe does not ask you to build, to innovate, or to lead the charge into the future. Instead, it extends a quiet, almost paradoxical invitation through the guiding energy of the Hanged Man tarot card. This card, often misunderstood as a symbol of punishment or restriction, is in truth a profound emblem of enlightenment through surrender. It depicts a figure suspended, serene, and illuminated, choosing to see the world from an entirely new vantage point. For a mind like yours, always 10 steps ahead and wired for quantum leaps, this call to pause can feel counterintuitive, even frustrating. You are the revolutionary, the system breaker. Yet, the greatest revolution today is an internal one. The Hanged Man represents a voluntary suspension of your usual forward momentum, a cosmic trust fall into the wisdom of the unknown. It's about letting go of the need to control the narrative, to solve the problem, or to push the agenda. It is in this sacred state of non-action that true paradigm-shifting clarity is born. This is not about giving up. It is about giving over to a higher intelligence, allowing a crucial system update to run in the background of your consciousness. The day's planetary weather system deepens this theme of strategic surrender. With the sun journeying through philosophical Sagittarius, your focus is already on the big picture, the grand theories, and the ultimate truth. This perfectly supports the Hanged Man's quest for meaning, but a potent friction arises from the Moon and Mars, both blazing through the proud, expressive sign of Leo. This creates a powerful internal conflict. Your ego, your heart's desire for recognition and creative action, is demanding a stage, a spotlight, a tangible result. It wants to do something, to perform, to be seen. Meanwhile, your higher self, guided by the day's central theme, urges you to retreat to the quiet of the green room, to find wisdom in anonymity. This tension is where the growth lies. Can you comfort the part of you that craves applause while honoring the part that needs stillness? Saturn's presence in ethereal Pisces offers the key, providing the spiritual discipline needed for this structured surrender. It's the anchor in the mystical sea, reminding you that this pause has a purpose. Your ruling planet, the unpredictable Uranus, dances through Gemini, electrifying your mental circuits with new ideas. The Hanged Man's pause is precisely what allows these Uranian lightning bolts of genius to strike and be properly integrated, rather than just fizzling out. Finally, with transformative Pluto continuing its epical journey through your own sign, this day of suspension is a critical moment to assimilate the deep, cellular-level changes you are undergoing. You are not the same person you were a year ago, and this pause allows your identity to catch up with your evolution. In your professional and financial life, this energy advises a complete shift in strategy, from aggressive action to active observation. If you've been pushing against a closed door, hitting a wall with a project, or feeling stuck in a financial quandary, the solution is not to push harder. It is to let go of the door handle completely. Step back. Look at the entire building. Is there a window? A different entrance? Is this even the right building for you? The Hanged Man perspective might reveal a flaw in the initial plan or a brilliant alternative you were too focused to see. This is a day to listen more than you speak in meetings, to review budgets rather than make bold new investments, and to allow problems to untangle themselves. The sacrifice required might be one of ego, perhaps admitting a current approach isn't working or allowing a colleague to take the lead. This is not defeat. It is the tactical wisdom of a grandmaster who sacrifices a pawn to win the game. A profound insight regarding your long-term career path or a passive income stream may emerge from this quiet space. When it comes to matters of the heart, the Hanged Man asks for a ceasefire. If you are in a relationship, this is the day to suspend an ongoing argument or a recurring point of tension. Let go of the need to be right. Instead of trying to win the point, try to understand their world. Your partner is not a problem to be solved, but a universe to be witnessed. The act of suspending judgment and simply holding space for their perspective without needing to fix it can be more healing than 1,000 apologetic words. For single Aquarians, the call is to surrender the hunt, the checklist, and the endless swiping. The Hanged Man encourages you to become so contentedly absorbed in your own upside-down world of self-discovery that you stop broadcasting a frequency of needing and start emitting one of wholeness. It is in this state of self-contained fascination that true magnetic attraction occurs. Venus in practical Capricorn supports this by asking you to re-evaluate the very structure of what you seek. Perhaps the list of traits you thought you wanted is outdated. Today's pause allows you to write a new one, based on the person you are becoming, not the person you were. Your health and well-being are paramount today, and the message is unequivocally clear: rest. Your mind, a supercomputer of ideas and connections, needs to be powered down. This goes beyond simply getting enough sleep. It means consciously choosing activities that quiet the relentless chatter of your inner innovator. Consider practices that induce a state of suspension, like floating in a sensory deprivation tank, practicing yin yoga, where poses are held for long periods, or simply lying on the grass and watching the clouds drift by without agenda. This is a day to disconnect from the digital hive mind and reconnect with your own biocomputer. The Aquarian tendency is to live in the future, in the realm of abstract thought. The Hanged Man gently pulls you back into the present moment, into the quiet wisdom of your own body. This physical stillness is the fastest way to achieve the mental clarity you seek. Hydration is also key, as water helps to clear energetic and physical stagnation, facilitating the flow of new insight. Ultimately, today is an invitation to embrace the profound power of the liminal space, the threshold between what was and what will be. It is the silence between the notes that creates the music, the dark matter that holds the galaxies together. Your greatest act of rebellion against a world that demands constant productivity is to choose strategic, enlightened stillness. By letting go of your tight grip on a single perspective, you open your hands to receive the universe's infinite wisdom. The answer you have been searching for will not be found by chasing it. It will arrive as a quiet whisper the moment you stop running and simply hang, suspended in trust, ready to see everything anew. What one deeply held belief about your path forward have you been clinging to so tightly that it has become more of a cage than a map? Today, just for a moment, imagine that belief dissolving into thin air. In the space it leaves behind, what unexpected new horizon comes into view? I invite you to share the landscape you discover in the comments below. Let the intuitive and perceptive vibrations of indigo guide your journey into stillness, a color that represents deep inner knowing and the wisdom found in the quiet spaces between your thoughts. This introspective energy can help you unlock the potent messages waiting for you in this cosmic pause, aligning your spirit with the clarifying frequencies of 4, 12, 23, 31, 45, and 58. Pisces, the tarot card that steps out of the shadows to guide your day, is the Devil. Do not be alarmed by its name, for this card is not an external omen of doom, but rather a profound internal mirror. It speaks of the beautiful, gilded cages we build for ourselves, the velvet chains of comfort and habit that we mistake for security. For you, a soul who swims in the boundless oceans of emotion and imagination, the Devil represents the moments when the current pulls you into a whirlpool of your own making. It is the temptation to stay in a situation, a mindset, or a relationship, not because it serves your higher self, but because it is familiar. This card asks you to look honestly at your attachments, your dependencies, and the delightful illusions you may be clinging to, recognizing that the power to remain imprisoned and the key to your freedom are held in the very same hand, your own. Today is a call to radical self-awareness, a chance to distinguish between what truly nourishes your spirit and what merely feeds your patterns. The cosmos is weaving a complex tapestry that deeply resonates with this theme of conscious liberation. The Sun and Mercury are both journeying through Sagittarius, casting a bright, expansive light on your search for truth and meaning. This energy encourages you to look beyond your immediate emotional landscape and ask bigger questions about your life's direction. However, this quest for truth is met with the profound, misty influence of both the moon and your ruling planet Neptune swimming together in your own sign of Pisces. This creates an ethereal, highly sensitive, and intuitive atmosphere, but it also thickens the fog of potential self-deception that the Devil card warns against. You may feel your psychic senses are heightened, yet your judgment could be clouded by sentimentality. The most crucial alignment today involves Saturn, also in your sign, acting as a cosmic anchor. Saturn's presence provides the structure and discipline needed to see your chains for what they are. It's the reality check in the middle of a beautiful dream, the loving but firm hand that guides you back to shore. Meanwhile, Venus in practical Capricorn encourages you to assess the tangible value and long-term stability of your commitments, especially in love and finance, while Mars in theatrical Leo pushes you to examine whether you are clinging to a dramatic narrative of your own suffering or joy because it gets you attention. This is a day to use Saturn's clarity to cut through the Neptunian haze and consciously choose your path. In your professional and financial life, the devil's energy may manifest as a feeling of being trapped in a job that pays the bills but starves your soul, a classic golden handcuff scenario. You might be addicted to the security, the title, or the routine, all while your creative spirit yearns for more. The Sagittarius sun urges you to envision a career that aligns with your personal philosophy, not just your bank account. Take a moment today to honestly audit your motivations. Are you working from a place of passion or a place of fear? Financially, this is a day to confront any patterns of compulsive spending, or conversely, a scarcity mindset that keeps you from investing in your own growth. Venus in Capricorn offers the perfect energy to sit down and create a practical, structured plan. This isn't about restriction, it's about empowerment. By understanding where your resources go, you reclaim your power from the illusion that you are not in control. Ask yourself, what small, tangible step can I take today to build a foundation for a more authentic professional future? When it comes to love and relationships, the message of the devil is potent and direct. If you are in a partnership, this is a day to examine the energetic ties that bind you. Is your connection based on mutual growth, freedom, and support, or has it veered into codependency, obligation, or a fear of being alone? These are the subtle chains the devil speaks of. It's the dynamic where you enable a partner's negative habits or sacrifice your own needs to keep the peace. Venus in Capricorn calls for an honest conversation about the structure of your relationship and its long-term viability. For the single Pisces, today is an invitation to break a cycle. Perhaps you are repeatedly drawn to the same type of unavailable or draining partner, a pattern that offers the thrill of the chase but never true fulfillment. This pattern is a form of self-sabotage. Your task is to turn that deep, compassionate love you so easily give to others inward. Build your own sense of wholeness so that you no longer seek someone else to complete you, but rather a partner to complement your already full life. True intimacy thrives in freedom, not in bondage. Your health and well-being are paramount today, as this is where escapist tendencies often take root. The Devil card points directly to the habits we use to numb ourselves or avoid difficult feelings. This could be anything from mindless scrolling on social media to overindulging in food or drink. With the Moon and Neptune amplifying your sensitivity, the urge to check out from reality can be strong. However, Saturn's grounding presence offers a different path. Instead of escaping, can you sit with your feelings? Instead of numbing, can you seek to understand? This is a perfect day to engage in grounding practices. A walk in nature, feeling the solid earth beneath your feet can be incredibly powerful. Meditation, even for 5 minutes, can help you observe your thoughts without becoming entangled in them. Consider journaling about a habit you'd like to release. Don't judge yourself for it. Simply get curious about what need it is trying to meet. By bringing conscious awareness to these patterns, you loosen their grip and reclaim your vital energy for healing and growth. Ultimately, the potent energy of this day is a gift of liberation disguised as a confrontation. The Devil card, illuminated by the insightful planetary alignments, reminds you that you are never truly trapped. The chains that bind you are forged from your own beliefs, fears, and attachments, and because you are the blacksmith, you also hold the key. You have the compassionate wisdom of Pisces, the truth-seeking fire of Sagittarius, and the disciplined resolve of Saturn all at your disposal. This is your chance to call your own bluff, to look at a limitation in your life and see it not as a wall, but as a door you simply haven't opened yet. Freedom is not a destination you arrive at. It is a choice you make in this moment, and the next, and the next. It is the choice to embrace the discomfort of the unknown over the familiar ache of a self-imposed prison. You are the dreamer, Pisces, and today you are being asked to dream a new dream of what is possible when you are truly free. What is one velvet chain, a comfortable habit, belief, or relationship dynamic that you suspect is limiting you, that you could decide to loosen just a little bit starting today? Share your powerful intention, if you feel called, in the comments below to anchor it in reality. As you move through this day of profound self-discovery, allow your path to be guided by a quiet inner knowing. The numbers that may bring a whisper of fortune and alignment are 7, 18, 25, 33, 46, and 51. Your color for today is deep burgundy. This rich, complex hue represents the grounding of your passionate spirit into the earth. It is the color of blood, life force, and the hidden power that resides in your deepest self, reminding you that confronting your shadows is not a dark process, but the very act that alchemizes your raw energy into unshakable strength.